Hello everyone, welcome to Coding Hacks. In this video, I am going to cover one of the hottest topic of these days, that is Deno. So I am sure that your YouTube feed is flooded with Deno videos right now. It's definitely the next new thing. However, we question about people saying that Node is dead and it is completely replacing it right now. And I'll come to that point in a second. But basically, in this crash course, we are going to do a few things. We are going to talk about what Deno is, its features, and its benefits. We will have a few slides and then we will jump in VS Code and write some code. We'll start to look at some concepts like how to run files, use part of the standard library, and how to use third party packages. Also, we will create a simple server and then we will move on. Create a test. In the last, we will create a complete REST API using Deno and Awk, which is a middleware framework similar to Express. So, let's talk about what Deno actually is. It is a runtime for JavaScript and TypeScript based on the V8 JavaScript engine and the Rust programming language. It was created by Ryan, who was also the creator of Node, which is one of the famous JavaScript runtime framework, and it uses V8 engine. So, if you are looking into Deno at this time, I am guessing you already know what Node is, and it's most likely that a lot of you are already using it. So, you might ask, why did Ryan create another JavaScript runtime? Well, he announced it about 2 years ago and said that there were two things with Node that he wasn't happy with. And I think as developers, we can all look back on some of our older code and see things that we could have done better and we could improve. So I think that's what happened with Ryan and Node. Because it wasn't an easy task to change Node and its core, Ryan created a new project called Deno. There are a few things that I just want to cover really quick. Keep in mind, this is my opinion. Nobody can really tell what the future holds. But this is a very strong opinion backed up by facts. So you might see crap like this node is dead, etc. Unfortunately, that's just how the internet is. Some bloggers and content creators want to maximize views and they intend to make stupid claims like that. Dino is a brand new technology that was just released, and it is a good idea to start playing around it. And this is what we are going to do in this crash course. I think that in the future it's gonna be big and it's gonna be a great alternate to Node. However, Node is not dead. It's not dying and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. It has way too large of an ecosystem. Because of that ecosystem, you can't leave Node in your current situation. Because if you want to pursue your learning with Node, you must keep learning it. Do not stop just because Deno was released. Great. Now, let's look at some of the really cool features of Deno. Deno supports TypeScript and the TypeScript compiler is in demand these days. To work in Deno, you can create a file with a .ts extension and you can use it directly without any installation. Deno is also secure by default. It actually runs in a sandbox, and in order to do things like read files, write to file, allow network access, or access your environment variable, you actually need to explicitly add these flags when running your application. Okay, if you try to do one of these things and without adding a flag, you are gonna get a permission error. Deno also offers decentralized packages. These are the security flags. Now, if I talk about the decentralized package, it is one of the complaint of Node that the dependencies were handled with npm packages. If you wanted to use, let's say, Express or some other package, you would install it with npm. That would go in your Node modules folder, and it won't be just Express as a dependency, but it would have all the dependencies of Express and then the dependencies of those dependencies. So you end up with hundreds to thousands of folder in your node modules folder. And Deno has a different approach by using decentralized package management. So there is no package.json file and no node modules folder. If you want to use a third-party package, you can actually import it right now from the URL. I have listed down a sample URL here at the last, from where you can get the modules or folders that you want to use in your current application. Before jumping into VS Code, I am gonna open my terminal and show you how you can check whether Deno has installed on your machine or not. Let's open terminal window. Here type Deno command and hit enter. It will return the installed version of Deno and also REPL. REPL stands for read eval print loop, and we can type JavaScript here, like we can add sum of two numbers, for example 1 plus 1, it will return 2. Likewise, we can create a variable and assign some values to it. Also, we can simply add some values to that variable also. I think now you got some idea of Deno and its terminal. Now let's jump to VS Code, where I have already created a folder called REST API. In this example, I am going to create basic CRUD operations with a simple example of product because e-commerce is in demand. So I am taking that example only for easy understandability of everyone. In order to save some time, I have created few folders and files, and currently all these files are empty. Now let's start with building server first. Here I am going to application from Oak. Now let's save port number in a variable. Just like Node, let's initialize the app. Let's add a console statement here. Now, after the setup of server, let's create the router just like we do in Express. Just copy this package, come to router, paste it here and replace it with router. Okay. Now initialize the router. And export it. After, as we are exporting it as a default, so we don't need to use these braces while we are going to import it. So during import, you can simply mention router. That's it. Few lines which you have to add here, like allow methods and routes, which we generally use to do in case of Node as well. app.use router dot routes app.use router dot allowed methods. Here you can also specify those methods that you don't want to allowed. For example, in some cases there are requirements to not allow a user to delete a record. In that case we can mention that we don't want to execute delete command here. So that this is the main reason why allowed methods are used. Now let's jump to product model and specify and create a new interface here. Now after the creation of model, it's time to jump to the controller, or in controller we write the action methods which usually execute when we make a request. So here let's first import the interface that we have created. Product. Now as in this example I am not going to use database, so we can simply create some static data in order to achieve the functionality without creating a database. I have created some random data just to save some time. So let's create the get method. Firstly, let's do some commenting to make the code readable. As I'm going to push this code on the GitHub so that you guys can understand or create the same thing easily. Let me specify root here. Let's create a method. This is a plain TypeScript. If you are familiar with TypeScript, then it is very easy to write methods in Deno. Here I am going to specify the type of response. In this case, let's make it any. Then response dot body. In this case we want to set success true, and in data we want to send the products. This is the static data which we want to return in case of success. Now in the last, let's export this method. Now let's jump back to our server file. No, in router file where we need to specify the route. Save it, route. Here first we need to import the method that we exported, that is get products. After that we need to specify the route. So right here router dot get. Here let's specify the route when we want to execute this method. So here we are done with the routing. Now let's jump into Postman. Now let's jump into Postman and run it. Here you can see when we are going to make request to products, it is returning the static data. I have created this collection for all of you. I'll also share that in the description of the video for your easiness, so that you don't need to create the URLs by yourself. Switch back to the code. Now, just like the get method, we are going to create methods for getting the specific product, means by ID, delete, post, and put. Let's add more methods in our controller. Now, in order to save time, I have already written down this get product method. Here we are passing an ID as a parameter, and based on that ID, we are using inbuilt method of JavaScript find method. We are filtering the data based on the ID and returning it. If the match is not found, then we are returning 404 with the message no product found. Let's run the application first. Please keep in mind that we need to run the application with allow net security flag, otherwise it will throw an error. The reason of using this flag is that, as I earlier said, Deno use or run in a sandbox, so it is necessary to allow the permissions, and we allow that by using this flag. Run it again. In the Postman, if we just want to fetch a product by ID, here you can see we are getting product 2. If we just change it to product 1 and make a hit again, see, it is working. Now, just like these two methods, I am copying other methods as well, just to save the time, because I hope that you guys are getting basic understanding of Deno. Like, it is almost similar to Node, but you can say that it is an enhancement over it. Because of TypeScript, you can easily use it. Because of browser compatibility, you don't need to write any specific method to fetch the data, as it supports inbuilt fetch method of browser. So let me just copy other methods to save some time. Now I have copied all the methods here in the controller. You can see this is post. Put is used to update the existing record. Delete to delete the record, and I am exporting all the methods. And if I talk about the router.ts, here I have imported all the methods and I am setting the route. Also, after you just make the changes, don't forget to run your application and switch back to the Postman. This is an example if I want to add a new product. So just I have already written down this sample data. Now you can see that in the response I am getting the new generated product, and this ID is random, which in order to generate that ID, I am using a special package. Let me show you. In product.ts, here v4, this is the package which generate ID by using UUID. So this is the random ID. Now let's move to update case. Here, if I want to update a product, I can just simply route update and run it. Here I am updating a record with ID 1. Save it. Here you can see that it is returning the updated record. The others are same. Just like this, let's move to delete. For example, if I want to remove product with ID 2, run it. You see that message, the product is removed now. Again just make a call to get method. Here you can see that product with the ID 2 is missing. So that's all from this video. Here my intention was to let you know what Deno actually is and how can we create REST API with it. Let's see in the future how many packages or how many support we are going to get from the community of Deno. Just like Node has a strong ecosystem, if RAN create a strong ecosystem for Renault as well, then we are going to, I think we are going to just use it everywhere. Thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned. Thank you.